There's this. Oh, well, I'm very zoomed in.
You're really what?
I'm very zoomed in.
Yeah. Oh, well, we're quite equal though now, I think. You need to reposition yourself a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if I'm right, you can hear both of us, and we just need to do a small audio check.
I think it works. Yeah.
Can we hear
It's
me and hear Jeroen? Somehow Calder's HD, yeah, for a change, you
a
know.
lot of noise. Yeah, I also heard a lot of noise from Eric Calder. Some noise
Oh,
in the
okay, I know
background.
why. Is this better?
No, it's worse.
It's worse.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, wait. We're gonna put both
Okay.
of our.
I'm
We're gonna
gonna
put our
wait a
audio
bit for
lower.
the Discord announcement, I think. To figure this out.
I'm just gonna lower down both our audio a bit. La 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 la. Okay. And then you said there was still some noise in the background.
You can add a noise gate perhaps.
Yes, that's what I was thinking to do. Let me see how it works again. I'm so
Stream on
sorry for
SoundCloud.
this.
Yeah, yes.
I installed a new. I clean installed my laptop, and there's this like audio thing you need to do on Mac in order to make it work with OBS. I forgot that I didn't have that because of the clean install. So it took some time to get it working. Let's see, noise gates or noise suppression. Let's try noise suppression first. I don't know if it's already on. How is this?
I'm not sure because I assume you can.
Wait, are we hearing you double?
Oh yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Okay, good.
Okay, we're good to go. I'm
But
gonna
is
post
there
an
like
announcement.
a feedback loop? Are people hearing Jeroen double or?
Double trouble. A little, yeah. Echoes. Yeah, 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 yeah. There's definitely
Okay, wait.
echoes.
Can you
Double.
something? I'm not sure if that's. Wait, can you say something again, Jeroen?
Hello. Say something again. Even's quality bugged.
Okay, for some reason, which I kind of need to figure out right now, you're going also through my mic channel. I'm kind of assuming. I think I know why. I think I know why.
Okay. Let me just show off the stuff I prepared then. Or we're waiting anyway.
Yes. Oh, I see. Okay. Can you say something again?
Sure.
Oh my god, why are you still there? Okay. You show stuff up in the meanwhile.
It's on the stream. Don't forget the background music. Okay, so much better now. Okay, this is good. Can I sing something? No, you don't want to hear that, dude. Did I get a new headphone? I did. I did. I got them as a surprise from my loving wife, which is very nice. I've been meaning to get the. These are the Sony WX1000M. Very very nice headphones. Sony, yeah, they're the Sony noise canceling ones. Yeah, they really open up a new world of experiencing stuff without background noise. yeah, also from the waifu. That's good. That's good. We did a good job finding ours, I think. Yeah, they are amazing. I think a lot of people have them. They're quite pricey, but then they're definitely worth it. And also, especially when his colors to hair is just worth something else.
No, I'm still here. I'm just figuring out why it's looping on my mic.
Was the same. Oh yeah, and because they're also pretty big, the battery life is also very good. So I can use mine, I think, guess for a few days. I don't really time, but I don't charge it that often. Because when I have a call with my AirPods, for example, then the battery just drains in 1 or 2 hours, and I need to switch it back and forth to be able to continue doing a call. So it's pretty bad.
I'm gonna grab some earphones because I'm not sure if it's. Oh wait, I can try one more thing. Then I know for sure if it's just looping my speakers, which I have no control over for some whatever reason. Okay, say something, Ewan. Yeah. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's looping from my speakers now. Yeah, that's it. Okay. You were muted the whole time?
No, it was working fine before.
Oh, okay.
And then you were fucking around with it, and now I'm muted.
No, like, wait.
I'm muted now.
Wait, don't say anything. Now say something. Okay.
I think it was working fine before.
Yeah, no, I know. Wait. I just have to make sure. No. I just want to I'm just trying to get out the loop. So hold on. Okay. I think I got it now. Can you talk?
Okay. The noise gate is extreme. It worked in between. Yeah, it worked in between.
Yeah.
So whatever you had.
I think it's working fine now. The best I can do if we still have like a feedback loop or some kind of double Jeroen, then I need to grab some earphones.
Let me know.
That's it. I'm gonna boost you here.
Okay. So we're finally okay. Now it works. Don't touch anything. No, there's no there's no info yet. We're just talking about. We're just figuring out the new streaming setup situation, and we've just been talking about headphones basically. So that's we've seen all your questions. We'll get to them as soon as possible. Just need to get the stream started officially. We're just still preparing. Yeah, we're ready. Call it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
If I'm ready.
Yeah, I have to Discord announcement ready. I just need to press enter, but I wanted to get the audio stuff sorted first.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I am ready. I have now also the chat thing. Oh, you don't have the chat thing.
I don't have chat thing.
Okay,
but that's fine.
That's okay. I just if there's a question that I need to keep an eye on.
I just want my channel points. Okay, so I have 490 now. If I have 110 more, I can finally highlight my message. That'll be very nice.
Okay, should we officially start the stuff?
Sure.
Okay,
Just calm down.
And also, if anybody asked any questions, right? Oh, I see a very high captain question. It's really long. But if there were any important questions, you have to ask them again because I did not keep an eye on chat and I don't have them in queue now. So
there was a long one. So Bexon, you should probably copy paste it again if you can, because I think I'm not sure if
I
Polishcat
see the
already
one
picked
from
it up.
Baxen. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Nice. It's working. It's not working.
Okay. Are you timestamping, or when will be the big
Oh my
update?
God. I'll try to timestamp. Oh, now it's working. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because then you can timestamp to start. Because before this, I'd just been like,
Can you
well, this is
timestamp? Do you
interesting.
know how to timestamp?
No, I have no idea.
Oh my God. Okay.
Maybe
I'll try
Erik
to
can
I'll try
answer.
to timestamp.
Yeah, announcement on the server is ready. We're just like still waiting for Colin to figure stuff out. We're gonna answer. We're gonna answer, Vexen. Yeah, copy paste also fine. But it's in the queue, I think.
Okay. I just changed the title. Now I need to add the
Background
quick
music.
thing. Add stream marker.
Exclamation mark. Question mark. Question mark.
There we go. Okay. Okay. Where's the background music? Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Just leave the background music. Let's just go. Let's just go.
Yeah.
It's
There's
taking
no
too long.
background music in this live stream.
Send.
Okay.
Oh, whoops.
Okay. Now let's officially start the live stream. So welcome to the live stream, guys. We're going to do 3 topics again, even though I don't have a third one right now. But we'll have 2 big topics or fun topics. You can ask questions related to the topic. Any questions not related to the topic will be left for the end of the stream, when we have an open session and we talk about whatever, and we can answer those questions. So the 2 topics we have today is number 1, the Woot Up this year, which some of you know what it is and some of you don't, is still going to happen, but it's going to happen online. That's the first topic. And the second one is going to be about the Wootility Beta release of the Remapping, key mapping. And I think we don't need to focus on the whole interface and everything, also because I can't do that now. We can talk a little bit more about the reactions and the feedback, and what the next step is instead, especially since Jeroen is here. Yeah. And now you can also ask your software specific questions if you want to, because Jeroen is here. Yay, Jeroen! Hey, and Jeroen, welcome to the live stream again. Hey.
Thank you. I think I've did it all right. I mean, if Quinn even asked me if I had if I have a new headphone, I've been having a headphone for
that's
at least March. No, has it been that long? Can it? Maybe.
I think the last 3 at least you haven't joined, so that's at least a month, the very minimum.
Well, yeah, I think last week. Yeah, no, last time I was supposed to join, but then we also had the setup issue.
But that one was worse. Everything was not working.
That was way worse. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and a big update with Lekker. Are we talking about that or not yet?
With Lekker edition?
Yeah.
We can give already a preview of kind of an idea of what's going to happen. I guess we can kind of talk about it. I don't know if it's smart to do like the big point. What do you think?
I don't think so.
It's better to wait for the blog for the big point, and then the next live stream talk about the big point.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me make you a little bit louder because I'm.
Hello.
Now you're a bit louder. Okay, better.
Hello, weirdo.
Nude calendar went. Oh, nude calendar. No, the nude calendar. Okay. No, so the big one, we keep it for the blog, and then the next live stream we'll talk about the big one. I don't know if we can give a little bit more. We can give a little bit of insight about Lekker edition and what's going on. We can talk about the factory part, I think, at least.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's good.
Yeah, we can talk about that one. Okay, then that will be topic 3 in that case.
Keep the big point for when they're all sold.
Then the big point will be like, okay, 1,000 sold, there's no refunds, no cancels. This is what's going to happen.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. Um,
All right. So first thing, gonna do Woot up first.
yes, boot up first. So the thing is,
Yeah.
I need to also keep an eye on the questions at the same time. So it's going to be a little bit blup blup blup. Um, boot up. Okay, so I don't know if anybody in the chat joined Boot Up 2019. No, you were. Huh? No, you were not there,
No,
right?
I was not there. I was not
No.
there.
Yeah.
I was in Singapore at the time, I believe.
Yes, you were. Yeah, yeah. And I
Yeah.
was just visiting the Netherlands. So Boot Up 2019 was basically. I think we only shared it on the Discord as well. And you would say that mostly people from the Netherlands, Germany, and one exception being Tino, I guess, from further
You're
away,
coming from Finland.
from Finland. Yeah, yeah. All came to the Netherlands, to our office, or Eric's office, basically, to have a meetup. And during the meetup, there was foods and drinks, of course, but basically we kind of shared the vision that we had for Wooting and which direction we want to take, like more of an inside scoop. We shared a
Yep.
prototype of the first prototype of the Lekker edition that we had, with the Lekker switches inside. Wow, that we already had at that time. And we talked. And we had a little feedback test for a new product that we were wanting to develop. And we did a contest, with the winner of the contest getting a Lekker edition. And everybody that joined got a discount also on the Lekker edition keyboard. So there are a lot of like goodies involved. But it was very small. It was physical, of course. But it was a lot
People
of
were
fun.
still allowed to touch each other.
There was a lot of what?
I said people were still allowed to touch each other.
Oh, yeah. That time,
Uh,
yeah.
long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of talking, the most dangerous part.
Yeah,
In
talking
each
and
other's faces.
cupping
Yeah.
everywhere.
Um, so yeah, that was really, it was fun to do. It was also mostly because of Quinn pushing us to do it. And then the question was, are we going to do another Woot Up this year? So beginning of the year, Eric and not Daryl were already kind of, and Quinn, I should also say, we're kind of already looking at, hey, around what time this year could we do this? We were planning to do it maybe already in this month, would it originally be the case? Original plan.
I think in May, yeah. Because you were supposed to be here.
Yes, I was supposed to be in the Netherlands right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously there was a virus that had other ideas, other plans, and now we're all locked up in home. And it looks like, from the way we see it this year, in general, to do any kind of meetup is not a good idea. Physical meetup, and we still want to do the meetup, so we decided we're going to bring it online, and that's definitely not going to be one giant Zoom meeting. However, that might be interesting, though.
I guess it might be part of it, right? I don't really know what the plan is, to be honest. I don't really know anything about this. So first of all, I wasn't even there last year, and I don't even know what the plan is this year. So I don't even know what I'm doing there.
So
sure.
Let's hit it.
I saw some people in the chat about the length of or how tall we are, and I think me and Calder are both 189, and Eric is like 180 or so.
Yeah, you're 188. I'm always 1 centimeter.
No,
taller than you.
I'm definitely 189.
What does it say in your passport?
Hey, this is always
1 centimeter more.
Hey, I was still a young guy when I applied for my passport. Okay.
Erik is a midget, says Erik.
But so this year digital meetup. So the only thing I know is going to be like a sort of an event day, right? Like we're just going to have like a full day, different things going on. I assume live stream a lot of the time, and stuff where people can jump into.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're guessing it quite right. Eric and Daryl have more details on exactly what will happen on the day itself. As in, there's a bunch of ideas and an idea of how we're going to structure the whole day. But it kind of depends on how big the attendance is. But one of the things that you can definitely expect is there will be the basis of the idea is that there will be a live stream, and we'll have Discord open for people to kind of join in. Sorry?
Oh, VR chat meetup on a custom VR chat map that is just a giant keyboard. That's actually a pretty good idea. I don't know. We don't have any VR sets, but I think with the VR chat, you can just
Like
in without
2% of the people show up.
Yeah, but
None of the founders. We don't even have a PC that can handle VR. Anyway, so the idea will basically be that all of the Wooting guys, so that would be the 4 of us, including me, Jeroen, Erik, and Kevin, will be kind of hosting the Wooting meetup, and then we'll also have at some point where we include the community in a voice chat throughout the meetup. It's kind of the question how things are exactly going to be hosted, because if the attendance is very big, it's not smart to have it all in one big call or room or whatever it might be.
I have some ideas sent through to me through secret channels. So here we go.
All right.
So some of the ideas are to have a big Discord call. So that's kind of like similar to a big Zoom meeting or whatever.
Yes.
Then we'll have a presentation. So I guess it's just going to be like on the live stream or itself. We'll have a guest speaker. Well, I'm saying we will have, but these are just ideas, if I understand correctly. So it's just going to be stuff online.
We'll probably have.
We'll maybe have, but don't get angry at me if we don't have. If you want to get angry at someone, get angry at Erik. We'll have a Q&A, like sort of maybe like a digital keyboard meetup, like present your board online. We'll definitely have a competition. You can definitely win stuff. I hope a lot of stuff, like have goodie bags, socks that will actually get delivered, and maybe some other cool stuff.
There's goodie bag.
Goodie bag.
There's a goodie bag. We're going to send goodie bags. Did the team arrangement talk this over with Mr. Financial here?
They're going to be big goodie bags.
What?
Big goodie bags.
You mean for the winners, not like for every person, right? Are you crazy?
No. Oh wait, no. I mean for winners. There's going to be
okay.
Content. Oh no. So wait, no. Socks are a unique one-off. So we'll have knee wraps. Knee wraps. We're working our way up.
But you know what we could do though is people that pay like an attendant.
goodie bags.
Yeah. What we could do is kind of like have some kind of like attendance fee, and that fee we use for Wooting goodies, which are sent.
Okay, always the financial.
No. I'm just saying. It's like, what is an option is where basically what you're buying is some Wooting merch for real cheap. Basically meaning we just do a one-on-one cost translation, and then only if you attend the meetup will you get it. But yeah, otherwise it's not feasible at all to send everybody a freaking goodie bag.
No, not everybody.
Okay, I'm just saying.
More like contest winners.
If everybody wants goodie bag,
contest winners.
If everybody wants a goodie bag, then that's what should happen.
Yeah.
There needs to be like like I think if we do like Wooting socks or something, I think with maybe 10 euros or something, we're probably.
No, we can't do the socks. The socks are unique.
Oh yeah, then it's not unique anymore.
Yeah.
Cooking aprons.
A giant Lekker Switch plushie. That's a great idea. I'm not sure if that's feasible, but it's a great idea.
That would be sick. Yeah, that would be really sick.
And then Jack in the Box games, some party games. Maybe we can do VR chat. I don't know. Digital goodie bag, like a Discord role. You just give them away like candy.
Oh, digital goodie bag. Okay, yeah. If you pay 200 or more, you also get a keyboard. The best goodie.
The giant Lekker Switch is always pretty cool. It can be like the this doesn't work with the background. I have this one.
Oh right. Well, it'd be amazing if we had that. Yeah, had that as a Lekker one.
Yeah, that would be good. And then the last idea, the last thing that is for sure going to happen, that is on Erik's list, is have like a split Discord calls, and then we'll have Jeroen's tech bunker. I don't really know how that is supposed to be interesting, but I guess Caller's rant corner, where you can listen to Caller rant about
What?
suppliers and fulfillment centers. That's very fun. And then Erik and Kevin will actually have a fun channel where they're going to play with colors, I guess. Erik's and Kevin's color corner, just like in the daycare.
So they can do, they can do the fun painting stuff. I do the ranting, and you do the boring.
Yeah. Minecraft meetup where we all build a giant keyboard.
Whoa, that would be pretty sick if everybody would come together in Minecraft.
Yeah. Imagine the
Okay.
size of the magnet in that Lekker key. So anyway,
Wait, I have a relevant
so
question
list
here.
some ideas.
I have a
Yeah.
relevant question here. It's just that this stupid program is not refreshing the questions I'm adding. So hold on.
But I think we need to refresh the chat.
Here we go. Here's the question. Is it showing? It's not showing. Why is it not showing? Oh my god.
So anyway,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
caller's figuring out the technical details. So what do you guys? Give me some ideas. Twitch chat. Give us some ideas for the wood up. What would you like to see? We have Minecraft building keyboard. I like that. Anything else? I saw VR chat. Any other like game ideas?
Wait, was that a question towards me? That was towards chat, right?
No, towards
Yeah.
chat. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Discord general LAN party. Yeah, definitely. Minecraft. A lot of votes for Minecraft. Typing competition. That's a pretty good idea.
Typing competition, yeah. That would be very relevant. With
Yeah.
there's a couple of good websites for it also.
House competition. Typing competition. Yeah. The Office. Factorio. Fortnite, Mario Kart. Us. Us would be could potentially be very relevant. Right?
Us? Jesus. Can you us?
No, I can't. But I'm saying it might potentially be relevant.
Oh,
Factorio
I
co-op.
see.
Then
Yeah.
how many, can you play Factorio co-op? Try to finish the game. Oh.
Us would be pretty
Watching
relevant.
old production vlogs with commentary. That's a pretty good idea.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good one, Manson. Yeah. I think.
That is a good idea. I was actually not too long ago. I was watching some old vlogs because I was looking for. I was trying to remember how this one part in the factory worked, and I was going through old vlogs to look at the production line, and it's very fun to see. Yeah.
I think we can also give a bit more of context to what was happening that time.
I think so. Yeah. Especially looking back, there's a lot of things we can also reflect on. That's cool.
Yeah.
You can go like, oh my god, we looked so fucked up here. We were so tired.
Oh my god. I remember though, we were like for 3 weeks nonstop in China, and we rebooked our tickets every time, and we were so exhausted at some point, and we just had to say like, okay, this is enough. Now we need to take a break, go back, and then we obviously need to reschedule the whole production, blah blah.
Wooting history presentation. Yeah, I think it's a good idea to do, like a general presentation about the timeline and stuff. Render a blank keyboard for color yourself. That's also a good idea.
Yeah.
I also remember, wasn't there this color program website where each like can fill in a dot or something like that, or was it that stupid Reddit thing? I don't remember. I think there was also something else. Yeah, most crusader design. First needs my Lekker edition for red competition. Yes, of course. Eric's car. That's a good question. But I think it's a bit of a long story. Yeah, the group draw thing. What
Man,
was it again?
the, I don't know why, but the questions are not popping up, and there's nothing wrong with the settings.
Scribble? Was it Scribble? Free multiplayer. Yeah, that's like a drawing and guessing game. But then is there also something where you can kind of like paint something together, like fill in colors or something? Or is this this? This is like you draw, right? You get a word and you draw, and you have to guess. But then I don't know. Can you do like custom word list? Because then we can do like a Wooting themed word list or something. Do you have the thing in the stream or on top of all the others? I don't know what that means. Maybe color this.
Wait, where do you see that question?
My current keyboard is asking me to die anyway. That's not very nice.
I don't think I'm going to be able to get the questions working on the stream because I basically have set up everything correct. It's also on the most top layer.
Yeah, I think you should just skip it. I mean, it's not really worth it too much time
It's too
now.
bad. Yeah.
Are the practical group?
It's weird though because when test, oh, there we go. Now it works.
Is it working?
Yeah. Somehow I don't know, probably there was some kind of like, oh my God, I have to be above the question. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Somehow I think there was still some kind of glyph hanging around. So it was probably trying to show something, but it didn't show it. And I just cleared it all up. Okay.
Good.
Right. Now, yeah. So now the problem is that I displayed this question, which we were not planning to answer now.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well because I think the wood up we're not much more. Oh,
yeah, I removed
last thing about the wood up before we go on. Is
Yeah.
there a date already?
Right. So now, yeah, this is the most important part about the boot up, of course. So,
Yeah.
Saturday, the 6th of June, Saturday, the 6th of June, that's when we're planning to host the boot up. There's an email that's going to go out later today or tomorrow. It should have actually gone out earlier today, but we decided to add a form to it because logistically it would be just a bit smarter. So it didn't go out yet, but it's almost ready to go out. So in that email, you're going to see a link to a form. And that form basically is that you register your email to show that you're going to attend, and you're going to share with us in which time zone you live. That's it. So just put in your email and time zone, and that's it. And the idea behind the form is that one is to count the attendance, and the second thing is that if we are going to host any kind of contest or event that has like a limited availability or doesn't really work out if there's only 10 people and doesn't really work out if there's 50 people, that we know how many people, oh my God, now I lost the beginning of the sentence. So, and if you want to join one of those contests or the ones that have limited availability, you must be registered with email in that form. Otherwise you can't join. And and you can register on that form up until a certain point, which will remind you of if you haven't done it yet. So I'll say one more time. There'll be a form in that email that will only ask for your email address in that form. Obviously, we already have your email address, but this is to reconfirm that you will attend. And there was also a time zone question to let us know which time zone you are. If you don't fill in your email, you can't join the events that have a limited availability and it's full. And you can't join the contests which have prizes or awards because we didn't expect your attendance. Okay, so that's the
no email, no goodie bag.
Digital goodie bag, right?
Digital goodie bag. All right, so 6th of June.
Yes.
That is in 3 weeks. I'm not
6th
sure.
of June.
I guess so.
There's still a good amount of time left, and
when is the email going out?
today or tomorrow. I think it's going to happen tomorrow,
Okay.
since after this I have a meeting to do.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So so the email should make it more clear. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So we'll do the uh, email, and then also add an announcement or something like that. So make sure. So where do you sign up email?
yeah,
We're going to
so
send out an email tomorrow. Yeah.
when you have the email, and then probably when we send out the email, we'll also throw it on Discord, so you have enough opportunities to find it back and then sign up. Yeah, right. And you can definitely get a free Lekker edition keyword if you give 200 euros and the counter is not on zero. You can, you know
And if
what?
you give us 400, you can get two.
Yeah, you can give it right now.
It's a
Just go
great
to the
deal.
website. It's the easiest way
Yeah.
to send money to us.
Yeah. You can also send 250 to my PayPal, and you get the same. No, it doesn't.
All right, that was the boot up, right? Oh,
Just
nice.
disconnect.
Yeah, there you are. We're back again.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, okay.
Back.
There's relevant. There's not a. Oh my God! Why is it not working? There we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, so I'm just gonna let's do this quick question, and then we go to the next topic. Hey Calder, where can I grab one of those Lekker t-shirts? You cannot. No, this was for Computex last year, and it's kind of like it's not really a company T-shirt, but it wasn't really intended
Yeah.
for purchase or anything like that. And this is this is stitched. It's a very nice T-shirt, by the way.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, and it's very cute, the Lekker switch. Yeah, but it was not intended for sale or something, so it's not available.
Well,
All right.
does the snack bar have a expiration date?
Oh, come on. Yes, now it's on the screen.
Oh, it's on screen. Put it on screen.
Yeah, it's on the screen. It's on the screen. Well, does it, Ewan?
I don't know.
I don't
You
know.
tell me.
I don't know.
I I,
Maybe like
I guess.
literally by the time you die, probably it's still there. You still put it in your mouth.
Wait, is it like a general
And
question as in you can eat it, or is it more like until when can you buy
well,
it?
I know, right? That's
No,
why.
I'm not sure. I thought it was like until when you buy it, but now that you say it, it sounds more like oh yeah, I'm not sure.
And when it comes to buying
The
it,
death of the universe.
uh, it's a food joke. Okay, yeah, it's food related. I thought so.
Get it together. Get it together, guys. I want to have a talk with your production manager. Yeah, me too.
Okay. Second topic. Thankfully, I marked the first topic, but Daryl will have a very easy time to find the first topic. So let's do the second topic: Wootility Beta feedback. Yay! So, wait, was it this week? This week, you released the beta release of the new
Last
Wootility.
Tuesday.
Last Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah.
Which now has the key mapping feature available for everybody. Everybody's able to join the beta. It's an open beta, and it's all about getting that feedback, finding bugs and glitches, and give it some polish before it goes into public. You want to share a bit about how that's going, Jeroen?
So we've actually had the future tested for a long time already, like maybe already like 2 months or something in the alpha channel, because the first time we released it, there were still like a lot of bugs in there, and it was definitely still very rough. But we've done like 3 releases since then, and a lot of feedback from the guys in the alpha channel, which was very nice. And now we finally felt like at least like all the major issues we had, they were pretty much slashed out. So we thought it was ready for beta, because what I always kind of expected, and I think also happened is that I think a lot of people were interested in the remap feature, and I was kind of afraid that if we put it to beta in a, let's say, beta state, it will just give a ton of issues for a lot of people, and that's so that's something we tried to prevent a bit. So that's also why it took quite long for it to move from alpha to beta. And I think now, also looking in the beta channel, it's very cool to see very creative layouts, especially people using the function layer to their full potential now. And I think that was also always
My
like
God,
kind of the
mine was blown with some combinations that especially CrossFit has thought of. I think it was CrossFit has had a lot of these really sick combinations that I would have never thought would be possible.
Yeah, it has this sort of like key code combinations and stuff like that. And I also saw that I don't remember who it was, but somebody else made like a sort of a Vim setup where you have like some quick codes like sort of hidden in your function layer you use very often. So that was also pretty cool to see. And I think what I like about that is that the original intent behind the future and behind the design has always kind of been like just quickly customize a few keys to what you like. So swap your FN and caps lock and add some extra function keys. Oh, you don't like the function key there, put it, or here, put it there. And you kind of just quickly drag and drop and save, and it just works. So that's always been the goal, and it's very nice to see that is also exactly how it's being used at the moment in the beta.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy about
that. We also received a response on Twitter. A guy from Germany who was asking for Neo layouts, and to do Neo layouts, he needs to have 6 layers. 6 layers.
6?
6.
Oh, yeah.
I never heard of Neo layouts either before, but apparently it's some kind of like optimized layout for typing German. But he also mentioned he needs a minimum of 3 layers. So I just want to throw this question to you. Are there any plans for more than 2 layers? Or should I say 1 extra layer? Are there plans for more than 2 layers? Yeah.
Yeah, so for the Wooting one, for the Wooting 1 and 2 keyboards, the main limit or one of the biggest limitations is always the onboard memory, which is just very limited. And for the remapping itself, like ever since the start of the firmware, we've always had, let's say, secretly had the mapping on the onboard memory. So we've always had like reserved a spot for it that one day, if the remapping feature would be developed, which it has been now, that we just have the space for it. But then also over time, with like stuff like DKS being added, it's just reaching its limits. And I don't know the exact numbers, but I do think that at least probably on the Wooting 2, maybe not on the Wooting 1, but definitely on the Wooting 2, that we don't have the space for another layer.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure about that one, but that will be the main issue.
And that's with an FIY, is that if you ask the question, what takes up so much memory? What takes up so much memory, Jeroen?
RGB.
RGB.
Well, I mean, it's RGB, but it's also so you have RGB, the mapping, and the analog profiles. So basically, what you save is the RGB, your keyboard mapping, your analog profiles, and some device configuration and DKS. So that's already quite a lot of things in there. And so Baxton asked, why do you not give bigger memory there? I mean, press the question. Press the question.
Here it is. Go ahead.
Oh, am I gone? Is Calder gone?
No, I'm still here.
Calder's frozen for me.
Am I frozen? Is the question there?
Oh, stream disconnected. That's great.
For me, everything is still working. Hello?
Yep. Hey, we're back.
Yeah, I went back. Okay.
This is a great frame to pause on. This is beautiful. That was great.
It's working.
Okay. Well, that was.
I don't know.
I hope nobody has a screenshot function on their computer. Where were we? Okay, so lagging with video a bit. I think we're just kind of like lagging back into it. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, my internet here is not the best. and hosting
We're
through
back.
from Taiwan also.
Probably way delayed now. I'm not sure. I just read this as soon as you said it. So.
Okay, so
Uh,
again, why do you not give bigger memory there? Basically meaning
oh
why
yeah.
doesn't Wooting wanting to have more memory, I guess, right?
So there's this. So like the brain of your keyboard, the microcontroller has just a limited onboard memory you can use, and if you want to extend it, you need to have like an external flash chip. And I think when we first started, like yeah, we didn't really know like what the possible effect would be at the moment, and it was like a bit too early to immediately start with the extra memory. But now with the Lekker keyboard, we definitely think it's the way forward because of also what CrossVS says. What about my idea about storing RGB on the Wootility and only saving for profiles on the firmware? So initially, I think
Let me show that one.
I'll show that one. So
Yeah.
initially, we also plan. I think we plan to move more stuff towards the PC side faster, meaning maybe have the DKS on the Wootility side running in the background, or have the RGB running in the background. But kind of like the further we came along in the process, the more we kind of appreciated having everything on the keyboard, and I think a lot of people do. And that's why we kind of with the Lekker, we just went full force on still have everything on the keyboard and have the flash chip there, so that we can continue doing that.
In my opinion, it's also a bit of peace of mind in a way that you feel that everything is saved and works from a keyboard side.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
You don't have any dependency on the software in your PC.
Yeah.
Even though you'd use the keyboard with the same PC every freaking time, sometimes it can also be something very simple. Maybe you do a clean install.
Yeah, and another big problem is cross-OS compatibility, because that's also we already noticed
right.
we did the Chroma Connect integration, which was kind of like getting our feet, dabbing our feet in having something run in the background, controlling something, just kind of also to get the experience exactly, to also like be able to determine in the future if we can move more. And it works, but it's not that pretty overall, I feel. Yeah.
No.
So it's not easy to do so, and do it well, and also do it cross OS. That's
makes it very difficult.
Yeah.
And
well,
then
question. I'm gonna highlight some stuff, or
there's another question coming, but related to the cross OS then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think at some point there's going to be some differentiation between what you're able to do on Windows versus Mac and Linux? If we...
the goal is to never have that. I mean, Chroma Connect already does that because you can only use it on Windows, but that's also because Razer also supports it only on Windows. And with how we implemented it, it should be possible to run it relatively easy on other OSs, but I do think you'll probably run into more issues. Yeah, but to be honest, I haven't dug too far. Dug too deep into it. Dig or Doug? I don't know. Dug too deep into it. So
yeah,
that's. But yeah, I think a while ago we were talking about cross-platform compatibility in general, and then I kind of looked at I remember looking at the download numbers to kind of see like, oh, we have this. We always support the Linux and Mac version, and when you look at the futures, like I think pretty much everything works except for Chroma Connect, which is because Razer only does the Windows stuff, and then there's X input, but that's also like a Microsoft thing, so that's also pretty hard to fully support. But then when it comes to everything that we can control, we try to do it for all platforms, and I think a lot of people also appreciate that. And when you look at the numbers, I think about like 90% of the users are Windows users, and then I think it was like 6 or 7 was Linux, and like 3 or 4 was Mac.
It's interesting, because from the Mac users, I feel when they have an issue or they're using with Mac, I've definitely heard them come by. They haven't gone through silently, let's say.
No, definitely not.
And Linux, of course, is the same, but Linux you can always expect it, because there's always some trouble with Linux to set things up. So they always yeah, there's always going to be some kind of
Yeah, and the Linux is so like the Linux distro system is so fragmented, so that's always like a little bit tough.
yeah.
But then I think now with we have this sort of UDEV setup, and with the installer we use that is like pretty compatible across multiple platforms. It's not ideal for most platforms, which is also why we need the UDEV rules and that kind of stuff. But I feel like sometimes people say like, oh, how do I set this up? But then you kind of like help them with the guide, and then it just works. And I think it seems to work pretty well. So that's I think we have more trouble with Mac because Apple, what they sometimes like to do is kind of differentiate from the standard a little bit and just don't send it signals to their freaking keyboards and stuff like that. So that's so I think Mac in general is more problematic, and that's not necessarily because of delivering developing the software for it is also more troublesome, let's say. But then definitely
there must be a good thing
they
now.
Like
But it's nice.
Subscriber, crazy! Subscribe with Twitch Prime.
Really?
I thought we had announcements. Erik told me we had announcement. I don't see it.
Why is it not working? I have it on.
I don't know. Where is it? Highlight my message. I'm gonna use. Oh, I don't have it yet. Shit. Almost. Okay.
I don't know why it's not showing. It should be showing. Unless
announcement is in chat. Oh, another one. TJC14. There you go. Thanks, dude. Oh, let's give this question priority, sub-priority. All our subscribers, they get the priority questions. If they, no, I don't
know. I don't know why the animations are not working. It should be working unless. No, it should be working. So it's kind of a question to Erik. Or OBS, just like where the question thing was not working, is doing. It's just weird. So I'm so sorry, guys, but because this stream should have had some improvements compared to the previous streams.
Oh, this was the stream to like sort of demonstrate all of what Erik has been working on.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I feel
like, yeah, we have all this cool stuff now.
Yeah. He showed me in the afternoon. The thing is, before the stream, this afternoon, I had a talk with Erik and kind of prepare all the stuff that we had to. I prepared OBS and all the extra stuff that he had, specifically for the questions and subscriber animation stuff. So we set it up that time. We tested it. It worked. Whoa! There! This is a test. It's working. Then why did it not work?
What worked? What do you do?
Yeah, this is a test. Subscriber just appeared. Yeah.
Where? I don't see it.
Yeah, I mean maybe with a delay. I just saw it on my screen. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it on the stream. I haven't been looking at it all. Oh yeah.
Okay. Whoa, that's a really big delay.
Yeah. That's a good face though.
Yeah, it randomizes, not just my face only. It's like sometimes yours, then it's Kevin's, then it's Erik's. It's random. Yeah. Okay. But that was a test, so I don't know why it didn't work with the real ones. Or maybe he just turned it on and tested it just now, something like that. Okay. There was still one more question relevant to the memory, and then a follow-up question. So let's just pass through those two, and then we need to shift the conversation to something else that I saw coming forward.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot we're missing at the moment, I think.
Yeah. So first, so is Lekker Edition going to have more onboard memory? There are even 250 megabits small flash chips, or megabytes, depends on which one you intended to mention. But this would be bits, I think. But yeah, is Lekker Edition going to have more onboard memory? I think. You want to answer that?
What?
Okay.
No,
it's okay. I'll just do this one quickly. So the Lekker Edition has 16 megabytes of memory. So that's like a shit ton of memory compared to for a device in general, like a keyboard. And that is how much more again than the Wooting 1 and Wooting 2?
8,000 times more. 8,000 times more, I think.
We should put that on the landing page, actually. 8,000 times more, and then with a graph, boom. We're gonna have a keyword comparison chart.
Again? Wait. After the chat, stream died again.
Oh no.
Again. Yeah? Are they fucking with us? I think they're fucking. I don't know if this is actually true because it's still working for me.
For me, it says the stream is still live. I still hear you. I can still see you.
It's live. Just refresh. Stream died, Kappa. Oh, Jesus, we got fucked. I'm not sure.
Is it working again?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. It wasn't because the stream died. Wittil says no Lekker has been sold since the beginning of the stream. Can you get some Fs in the chat? I thought the stream died.
Oh my god.
I didn't read. I only saw the Fs.
Okay. Follow-up question. In how many years, months might we expect to see macros to come to the Wootility? And now that, and then the context, because the Lekker model now has so much memory.
I mean, yeah, I always think this is kind of a tough question to answer because I always have two answers to this question. One is like a Wooting answer and one is my personal answer. So let me start with my personal answer first. So personally, I feel that macro systems in general are not very good. And there are software options out there that do a pretty good job of doing it. And the best one is AutoHotkey. And I always kind of feel like if we can make something that is better, if we cannot make something that's better than AutoHotkey, I don't think we should do it. But that's personal. I don't think that's necessarily smart.
I don't think it's a very fair way of saying it, though.
I agree. But then that's kind of but then there's also this sort of, it has to be better. That's for sure. It has to be better.
Better than AutoHotkey?
Yes. Well, I think either easier to use, or also have like a good functionality, or have some sort of advantage because you can do it on the keyboard.
I think the key difference is that, from my perspective, is that when we look at a program like AutoHotkey is that, in general, I don't really have interest in making macros. I don't really use macros. I've only used macros with Guild Wars in the past to do those like chat animations stuff that you might remember. Yeah. Or like looking for group spam in chat that you just have it there ready. Or, I do the blah, blah run, really old school style. I assume that the majority of people use macros in the same way. It's for something really basic and simple, which is just record some keys with timings and then they can just press it. Some people even throw their freaking passwords on it, I think, which is obviously really stupid. But I'm just saying it's like really simple in how the way it's used is really simple. And then you have hardcore users, and hardcore users have like crazy ways of using it. And I think, and there's the fine line where hardcore users definitely want to use AutoHotkey, because AutoHotkey really allows you to take full advantage of macros and how you want to set it up, etc. But the big problem with AutoHotkey is that if you're not motivated enough and not serious enough about wanting to set up macros, you don't want to learn it. You don't want to learn it at all.
And this is also, and also I have this sort of issue with this macro. Well, this is what Bexon is saying. It's like, if you don't use macros, you're not a gamer. And then the thing is, I kind of like, so this is not personally towards you, but I have a strong dislike towards that statement. So that's also kind of feuds my personal feeling towards macros in general. So I do need to be aware that even though I personally really dislike it for these kind of reasons, there is a lot of people that are interested in it. And even though I might personally disagree with those reasons, I do think it's still important for the Wootility to have a nice macro function in the future. I just don't really know when. That's, yeah. And I don't really care if that makes me a fucking casual, but I don't know, dude.
No,
you want your macros to...
I think
Found your
the
anime girls in chat, then go ahead. But I don't really see the use case for it.
I think
I
the
know, but
point
that's
where I guess
that's also I
kind of like
understand it's a joke.
the point where it goes to is like you have people that want to have the F13 until F24 to rebind keys to something else, right? To just have extra keys they can use in a certain way.
Definitely, that's very important.
Yeah, and I think what's also important is that sometimes you just want to press one key to activate maybe a certain script or something, or some kind of key combination, right? Wait, we had a sub? Did you just say that? It's not showing for me, that's why. Yeah, in either case, is that if we implement macros, the goal for us should be how can we do a very basic macro system as accessible as possible, saved on the keyboard. That should be the goal in that way. I don't think but okay. And the rest I'll leave to exactly what you said. It's very low on the list because we don't feel it's very vital for.
Yeah, but I do think, I mean, another big reason has always been, I mean, for the Wooting 1 and 2, it's not even really feasible because it's so much memory space. But for the Lekker edition, it definitely becomes possible to have a good functionality. And we just had a tier 1 subscriber. It's pretty sick. 2MB, thanks a lot. I don't think we have the announcement though. That will be pretty sad.
Oh, so there was a subscriber. Why did it not work?
Heel verdrietig. Yeah, I can understand, dude. That's
2 months. Yeah.
It's very sad.
Yeah, it says it reconnected now. Yeah.
Okay, I think.
Oh, we're back.
Oh.
Yeah, we're back. It's just delayed. So I'll say one more time. If Erik is watching the live stream, can you please go into Streamlabs and just manually animate it with his name?
Maybe we should unlink. Oh yeah. That's a good idea. Just how you do the testing, right?
Yes, exactly. The same way he did the test earlier. Yeah.
Hey, call it.
Sorry?
Is that call it? Erik says for the stream sub, maybe we should unlink and relink Streamlabs.
Do what with Streamlabs?
Unlink and relink.
Oh, okay. Not sure what that means, but okay. I'll just try it again.
This stream, because it's
this is why I never host.
We have a very fun Twitch chat to stream, but it's just kind of hard to actually also answer questions because I feel kind of bad because there are a few questions that I think were pretty good.
I still have a list of questions here in the queue.
Oh, you just added the browser stores. That's great.
Wait, did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it should be working now. I think. I know I have 2 times stream. Oh, ships. I made the wrong resolution. This is the resolution. Yeah. So if it's the new one, it's on the bottom. If it's the old one, it's on the top. Then we'll know which one will work. Or we'll see 2 times. Let me see. Yeah, so it should be working now. Question mark. Okay, we're not gonna literally, are we literally waiting for it or?
For what?
For the animation. Okay, we'll see if it happens. Erik can give it a try. It's there though.
All right.
So I'll do the, okay, let's go for a couple more questions, okay?
Yes.
This one is still related to memory. Will DKS on Lekker keyboard have unlimited keys? Oh, double!
Oh, we heard something.
See, they're both working.
I heard it.
Yeah. But now with the name, this is a test, so Now with the name.
For the 2-1B.
I need to
Oh,
refresh
bonus.
the
Oh, I can
chat.
highlight the message now. Um,
Okay, there was the chat thing is not showing for whatever reason. There might be. Okay, let's just ignore that part. It should be working again at some point. But the question is,
here's the info to subscribe.
yeah, will DKS on Lekker keywords have unlimited keys, Jeroen?
I mean, unlimited basically. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we should put a limit on it. It's kind of like dependent on how well we can do our memory implementation, but then definitely much bigger. Yeah. So I don't want to say unlimited, but definitely much bigger.
All right. Then we have the question. No, we're gonna skip calories question. This one is
We didn't get this notification for it. Oh, that's very sad.
okay. Then there's this question, which is not 100% related, but the rest is also not going to be 100% related, I think. Do you guys plan on making a budget-friendly keyboard? Which is not showing.
Hey, what did I do? Oh, I fucked up.
So, I'll answer the question. We are budget-friendly keyboard. You know, actually, in the past we already looked at if we make a budget-friendly keyboard, what are the options? And the problem is kind of that we need to cut into things that we feel will limit the creative freedom right now, for most part. So one of the things that we looked at would make the most sense was to take away the RGB backlight, for example, and everything related to RGB. But I mean, why did we not do that in general? Is because why did we not do that in general? Because if you have a Wooting one without RGB, there's no indication for profiles. There's no indication for analog feedback on the keyboard. There's no indication for caps lock being on or numlock being on. You know, there's like a lot of like stuff that we use RGB in a practical way that is just not available anymore. And the design of the keyboard doesn't, allow a different way of doing that. And then it becomes like, oh, okay, so that means we need to make a whole new keyboard to make a budget keyboard. But then if we think about making a whole new keyboard, why waste our money on making a budget keyboard? That's kind of the thought process, I guess. And the other part is otherwise we need to do things like, okay, instead of having all the keys analog input, let's just do 8 keys analog input. But then it's like, oh, well, then we need to cut back on like, activation point things, and DKS will become less useful. We can take away any kind of ideas of per key activation. We can also take away ideas for velocity, maybe no, but a lot of ideas kind of fall off the boat, and the focus will then only be on, hey, you can use these 8 keys to do analog stuff in games. Well, we know internally that the analog stuff on games, it works for certain games, but the majority of games, it doesn't work perfect. It's not like, it's maybe the thing that attracts you in the beginning, because this is something we really want to achieve and have it work really well. But in reality, no matter what we do, we just can't make it work as perfect as it should be. And that's why other features around it become more important. So then we're looking at it started with activation point, then these RGB effects based on analog, DKS, and now going into the Lekker edition, we're getting things like rapid trigger, which is mind-blowing new, like mind-blowing, very useful. And we can start expanding on per key analog curves, for example. We can start looking at velocity input, a lot of things that are independent from that one, use it in the game analog movement future. And if you only have 8 keys that have analog input, that kind of like kills away a lot of value. And we feel it's like a step back also, and it doesn't really help us push forward in the development, because the goal in the end is that you have a full analog input keyboard. So when it comes back to the question, are we planning to do budget keyboard? Well, we're kind of limited in, can we do a budget keyboard? Not really. We have to cut into a lot of things, not worth the time and effort. We'd rather make a really good keyboard for a good price instead.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think also with a lot of things like Kaiji says, maybe use single color LEDs instead of RGB ones. And that's also stuff we have like explored. And there's a lot of things that you feel like should save a lot of cost, but then when you look at the actual price, it doesn't. And I think also what is kind of like ironic, I don't know if it's ironic, maybe paradox about like making keyboards in small quantities. It's a lot easier to make more expensive keyboards than to make cheaper keyboards.
When smaller quantities.
It's actually really hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard to like make a good budget keyboard. So that's and also like trying to keep your brand or your values and your futures intact. That's just very difficult.
Yeah.
And you either need to make cuts in a lot of places, or you need to have a quantity high enough for you to be able to manufacture it in a very in a cheaper way, let's say. So that's it's surprisingly difficult.
I think a good example is also now we have the Lekker edition going. It's not a cheap keyboard, and it's not delivered yet, right? But because it has this price point, it does give us this full flexibility to do what we want to do with the keyboard. And even like we did a couple months back, that we made a decision to add the snack bar to the keyboard. It adds to the cost, but we have a lot more freedom to take a cost blow, to put it that way. Well, when you're working with a budget keyboard, your margins become so tight that you better not screw it up, because at some point those margins are just gonna disappear and you're just gonna start selling at a loss. Yeah. So it limits also development, it limits creative freedom, and it can definitely become a big issue when it comes to quality. Like some things you just don't know 100% for sure yet before you make it, what it exactly entails. And you always find out, you want to have the better stuff, pay more. Yeah. Okay. So Average Cool apparently blue screened a couple of times with this live stream. So it looks.
But that's I assume you can't just.
It can't be related, but it's the power of somehow my OBS screwing up with everything and transfer to Average Cool blue screening, something that he usually doesn't have. Okay, so we have a next question, which is a bit closer to the macro stuff, utility stuff. Hey there, it's working again! Oh! Okay.
Working?
I still really want to be able to switch the color of all the character keys when I have caps lock on. Similarly, it would be cool but ridiculous if all keys with shift function changed color when holding shift. Same for Alt-GR and FN. So it basically comes down to that instead of the key that you're pressing changing color, all the other keys change from color when you press caps lock, for example, or while you're holding shift, while you're holding Alt-GR, while holding FN. As an RGB option.
You can make your caps lock your mode key now with the remapping feature, and then you can switch RGB profiles that way. That will be an interesting approach.
Whoa, Jesus.
And then we thought about like doing the shift color change, so you could also do it with the FN to kind of indicate your functions. But now with the remapping, that's going to be also a lot more difficult. Because we also need to keep track then in the firmware, like where are the function keys. But so at first we were kind of thinking about doing that, because I think especially for function keys, especially when you just have the keyboard and you don't really know where the function keys are, then it's very useful to have this indication to kind of help you like, oh, this is also like this function key you can use. But then it doesn't really help you understand the function key that well. And I hope, and I'm not sure if that's the case, but I hope with the remap feature, if you want to like let's say learn more about your function layer, you can also just jump into the future and also just kind of see immediately what is found at the moment and hover over to open the tooltip so you can also see what it actually does. And I think when it comes to like the learning stuff, that already makes it a lot more approachable. Because before, the only way you could kind of know, or let's say you have a keyboard, and the only way you could kind of figure out what the event keys do is either the icons or I guess the quick start guide maybe still has like an explanation, but maybe not even. So that's yeah, I think that's something that the remap feature already solves a little bit.
Yeah. I guess in general also this question relates to when are we going to introduce more RGB effects, right? Or more options for RGB, I guess.
Yeah, I would like to always, I sometimes spin with this idea to have like this better, I call it the better indication system, meaning that you can kind of like customize where you would want indications happening at one moment. But then it's like this sort of thing where it's either you do it a little bit and it doesn't really feel that nice, or you do it really well, but then you have some sort of like event triggered RGB system or something like that. And that would be pretty cool, but also pretty complicated. Yeah. Oh, that's also and kind of like scripting effects and stuff like that. Yeah.
It reminds me of an idea where when you look at the macro system, that the macro system could be more focused on this part where you can kind of like program a key to do certain events.
Yeah, I kind of have this sort of event system. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be a much better, useful macro system instead of it being, record whatever key. And actually the record whatever key can be an event.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
So we should not call it macro system. We should call it the event system. We'll make up some name.
Then we can still claim we don't have macros.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's. Wait, there is this question from Manson that jumped through, but I think you just mentioned about scripting, right? Any chance on advanced mode RGB that is scripting for different effects? Isn't that also like the idea of the RGB SDK?
It is, or it should be. A little difficult to do custom RGB effects well. I don't really know how Kira does it, to be honest, because I haven't like tried it or seen it. But overall, it's not easy to make a nice system to do that. That's
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh crap! I think we can have.
You wanted to answer my question? Yeah, we didn't even answer the Vexing question.
Which question?
Yeah, all the way at the very start.
I'll show it now. I still have it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vexen. Yay! Here's the question. It's very long, so we have 120 seconds.
I think we're kind of like already reached the open Q&A at this point. I don't think we're still going to do the third part.
We still need to talk a bit about Lekker, though. Let's do Vexen, then we do Lekker.
I mean, this is basically Lekker, right?
Is this Lekker?
Yeah, we're just gonna do like Lekker/open Q&A. All your Lekker questions.
Yes. Okay. Let's do that. I only have. Oh no, I have some time left. That's okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go.
Oh, read newer version. He has a newer version.
Oh, it's a new version. Where's the new version?
Can you copy paste? A new version? Yeah, where is it? I don't know.
Where? This is the one I added. So you have to keep.
Can you move stuff up?
Let's just still go through it, and then from the newer version, we'll see. We would like to have our special numbers engraved on the keyboards. Okay, we've had the request a couple of times already that they want to have their order number or their number of the 1000 engraved on the keyboard. But it's literally logistically impossible for us to do that. And there's two reasons for it. Number one is that we have two warehouse locations, one in the US and one in Europe. So when we ship it from the factory to the warehouse, there is almost no way for us to separate these keyboards, or else there's a lot of work to separate these keyboards based on serial numbers and the orders that need to ship from that certain warehouse. This also means that when we ship out those keyboards, we can't guarantee that we have the right serial numbers at the warehouse for all the different customers. And that's also the third point. The only warehouse that would be able to sort on serial numbers would be in Europe, because we do that ourselves manually. But that would cause a lot of work, because the keyboards would be everywhere. And then I go back to the factory part, is that you start adding serial numbers everywhere, but then there needs to be a different SOP, because serial numbers get added, then they need to be packed in certain boxes, and this will add also, I don't know if probably they'll start asking more money for it, because more labor, more trouble. So you see there's already a lot of like complications just to make that happen. And so the one thing that we will do though is that every keyboard will have its own unique number, but we will not guarantee which number you're going to get. Okay. And now I hope the new version of the questions are here, because I kind of lost the question now because it only shows for 120 seconds. I can scroll all the way up and try to find it back. Nope. It says,
we could do like an online certificate, I guess. I was also thinking that you can do like if you can somehow automate like giving people Discord roles, you can have like 1,000 roles. You can number them 1 to 1,000.
Holy crap!
You can do like yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I do understand there needs to be, it would be nice if there's some kind of way to authenticate, or some kind of like I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, we also need to get a little bit better
it's complicated.
Yeah. We need to get a little bit better also in doing it this way, in this style. Just trying to avoid overcomplications right now. Twitch sub roll.
Oh, is the same again? Or is this just me?
I can't find Baxton's question was too early in the stream, and it's not showing this chat log anymore, from what I can see.
Let
me see if I can. Okay. It doesn't show like an archive of the questions or what? Uh-oh, Baxton, what were the other questions? Okay, thank you, Baxton. Here we go. The other ones we need to do faster. We've been
updated.
What? Are we still here? Okay, please change color of yellow feet. Nobody likes the yellow color in the feet. Oh, really? It does not look very good. Also, some of us would prefer flat sides. What do you mean with flat sides? I'm not sure what you mean with flat sides. And I quite like the design of Lekker edition, but to be honest, yellow stands look ugly to me. Maybe if they're changeable. Oh, wow, okay. Wow, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I read that too, and I was a little bit surprised because the yellow feet are my favorite feature about the keyboard. And but I can also, I mean.
Wait, was there like a poll system?
Hate is quite. Was it Daryl too? Oh, Daryl.
Oh my God!
I knew it.
We're being.
Most of the people told that on Discord. Yeah. So I think on Discord, I mean, you always have to kind of keep in mind that Discord is not, how to say, it's not a complete representation of all the customers always. But then, please, yeah. But I think, I could. Discord big gay.
Here, I started a poll.
Started a poll?
Yeah, somehow I started a poll. I don't know how it works. I just tried. It's for 1 minute.
Oh yeah.
Yellow
Oh,
feet on the Lekker edition, yay or nay? Okay, while that poll runs, let's. What was that flat side stuff about?
yeah, I don't know what the flat side understands means. This is also a good question from Ivy2B, and he also posted the link, and I know which picture link. I don't have to open it because I know which picture links it because I saw it this morning. It looks very cool because he has this Photoshop picture of the Lekker keycaps, but then with the black, dark blue keycaps with let's say the
Oh,
I want Tiffany
oh,
keylet.
this question. Any chance for dark Lekker keycaps and or non-yellow keyboard feet? Oh, they're keyboard feet again. If reasonably priced, I'd absolutely buy either one. Being able to choose which style of keycaps to receive would also be mighty nice. Yeah. That
Sorry.
question, right? I think there's probably
No,
like a follow-up somewhere on that question.
the keycap, the black.
Yeah. So when he says dark Lekker keycaps, he means like a midnight blue. For example, a midnight blue
Yeah.
keycaps, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely this one.
So I think I said this also on Discord that time when there was this picture link example. Is that the original idea for Lekker Edition was it to have like midnight blue, like a very dark blue keycap, and then have the Pantone 333, which is like the what we call Wootility color, legends on it. The problem is that unless you double shot it, it's impossible. With dye sublimation, you cannot dye a light color on a dark background. It has to be a light background with a dark dye, and that kind of like killed that idea because if we need to double shot, we have to choose from a standard set mold. We can't do any Wooting design at all. So we rather had the white white keycaps, and then we have the midnight blue printed on, or midnight blue dye printed on the white keycaps. But then when it comes to the idea of being able to choose which style of keycaps to receive, and this idea of having other keycaps and even having a dark keycap and everything, we have been thinking about this. And our proposal or our thoughts are that we want to start a B brand, basically being a non-Wooting brand, with which we can make things like other keycaps, but then with a non-Wooting design on it. And I'm saying that in a way that things that we can just not do with keycaps, if we want to have double shot or specifically double shots. Yeah. If we want to have any kind of double shot keycap, the things that we're not able to do is the Wooting analog keys, where the function keys are, the Wooting logo, have smaller fonts, have the cleaner look. All these things are just not possible. What is possible is to have some good looking double shot keycaps in different colors in a very standard design. But we just can't do that with Wooting. So our thought is like, okay, what we can do is have a B brand, which can kind of which will separate it from the Wooting brand. So your expectations are also not that it will have Wooting design legends on it. Because what we noticed with selling the PBT double shot keycaps during the Wooting 2 Kickstarter is that people that bought it expected it, even though we said it wasn't the case. But it didn't put any Wooting brand on the box also, and we kind of referred to them as like standard keycaps. There were definitely people that expected it to have the Wooting specific keys inside. Yeah. Okay. Does that answer the question?
I guess so.
Yeah. You're welcome to give feedback on this idea that we do a B brand, and then we're just going to get some double shot keycap sets that we know of, do it in some colors, whatever we want, we package it, and then we make it available on the store. And then what you can do is you can buy it together with the keyboard, and then you can just, you don't need to buy the keycaps separate from somewhere else, and we can ensure that you get what we think are good keycaps.
Please be brand.
Yes, please be brand.
Says 100% yes.
Okay, so we're looking for a B brand name. If you have an idea, you're welcome to pitch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, affordable keycaps are impossible to find in some color combinations. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll throw on top of that, what I specifically want to focus on is making certain languages available, because there are definitely some language keycaps available from manufacturers, but you just don't really see them in the market they're supposed to be. So that would be one of the focus points also.
Are we gonna do like any kind of like a factory? Because I see like I don't know what the question queue looks like, but we haven't really touched on the general Lekker update or factory news or something like that.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
We're the worst. With Eric, it's like Eric will like cut it down and then we go to the next topic.
Yeah.
Okay, let's to roll up the yellow feet on the Lekker edition. We got 96% says yay on yellow feet Lekker edition, 4% says nay, which is basically the 4% is just one vote.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's also, I think it's like it kind of shows like how easy it is to get, how to say, you get people. I don't know. I want to look for a nicer word. To have a small circle of people on Discord, that are like closely related in opinion, amplifying each other's opinion, and just kind of feeling like, oh, this is what people want. But then when you get the opinion from more people outside of that group, then it can be different.
Yeah. It's
it could have been
dangerous.
8%, but I forgot to vote.
Okay, then it will be 8%. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a quick Lekker update now. Before we totally forget that, let me mark this for Daryl. Daryl's gonna have such a shitty time. But this is like the most.
You could timestamp all the disconnects. Yeah, I said.
Yeah, but I marked the most important parts. I marked Wootility. Like the beginning of the stream, we just until it starts. And then I marked the Wootility, which is an important point. Then it's like, and I marked then now the important part, Lekker news, okay? And all the crap, everything in between is crap anyway, don't worry.
I was supposed to have announcement for Lekker sales now, right? I don't think so.
Announcement for what?
Yeah, because somebody says, oh, no Lekker keywords were sold this stream. Wait, where was it? I thought I saw this. Oh, yeah, no Lekker edition bought this stream, but right. I can't see that we at least had 2.
Yeah. Every stream, at last 2 streams, there was 1 in the stream, I think. Okay. Lekker news. Lekker news. Focus. Everything you read in the last blog is still relevant. I didn't touch anything. I didn't add anything more to it in the last stream. And in this stream, I can just say is that when it comes to the switch, there is a big change, or a big change meaning something big happened, which I'll talk about in the blog. But because of that change, it impacts the things with the factory. Okay, so in the last blog, I talked about that we're going to move from factory. We're going to do the assembly of the keyboard with a different factory. And that is still true. And we are still going to do assembly with a different factory. But we need to make some changes to the Wooting 2 mold. And this is going to be a combination of factories that are going to do this. I don't know why I mentioned the factory part. It's actually not that important. It's more actually about the thing that we're going to talk about in the next blog affects the Wooting 2 mold, which needs to have a small, relatively I don't want to say relatively small. I don't want to say it's a big change, but it needs to have a change. The mold needs to change a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
That's as
in
vague as it
general.
gets.
So there's a there's a like a good change,
A good change.
which we're very happy with, but it also has some implications. But it's and that is something that Carla will touch upon in the next blog, because at this moment it's a bit too early, I think.
I mean, we can definitely.
But in general, I mean,
we can confirm.
what is very nice.
The one thing we can confirm is that we are going to work with this new assembly factory. We thought we were in a situation where we planned to move molds and move certain parts. That was a little bit risky, but now it ends to be the situation where the new assembly factory is confirmed, it's okay, and the previous factory agreed to our plan, but they are going to still keep the mold and help us make changes to the mold and do some parts that we were planning to do with the new factory. And this is actually not really relevant for the blog I wrote, but it just kind of like gives you a bit more scoop into how we're arranging this factory part. So the factory part looks like okay, but then the switch part, there's a big thing happening there, which is very good, but also has a major impact. Okay.
When is the next blog update?
I want to release it next week. So I have not written the blog yet. Still kind of trying to formulate and gather a bit more information in how to explain everything. But I'll be writing it next week, so yeah.
Thanks, that's vague enough.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really, it's a little bit annoying because it's not really meant to be a tease or something, because it's also like, it's also a little difficult because it's like a little big choice and working very hard to figure it out. So it's not really a tease, but yeah, it's just can't really share at the moment. That's a tough part.
Yeah, it's also just that we don't want to start leaking information here and there, and then there's going to be a bunch of confusion about what is happening here. It just needs to be this one central message, which is on the blog, explains everything, and then from that point on, we can start talking about it.
Yeah, streams are a pretty bad reference source.
Very bad reference source. Extremely bad.
It's good to kind of screw around and like answer questions on the go that people have. But then as like a source of announcements, it's like, okay, what are you going to do? Like make a clip? Or like, go to the stream and go to like 137.01 and then call or start talking about it in 10 minutes.
Yeah. And yeah, I also feel that, and being able to write everything really puts things in perspective also. At least for me, it puts things into perspective. So it also kind of helps how to talk about the topic and how to look forward to the next step.
Make a blog post just filled with Twitch timestamps.
Oh my god, no way! That's gonna be so shit. So this is the thing we're going to do with the switch timestamp.
So Baxton, in general, the news on the shipping updates, or the shipping dates will be in the blog next week. And when it comes to changeable feeds, I mean, they will be, if you really don't like the yellow feed, and you happen to have a Wooting keyboard, then you can also change those feeds.
We even have some replacement feeds.
If you have a Lekker keyboard, once you have a Lekker keyboard and it's like, and you have it on your desk and you still decide that you absolutely hate the yellow color, then send us an email and we can send some leftover Wooting 2 feed. Yeah. Just because we do have like spare parts of stuff, and they will. I think structurally they will use the same structure as the Wooting 1 and 2. Yeah.
But the other feet we have are black, not like midnight blue.
No, then there will just be Wooting 1, 2 feet. Yeah. But then at least they won't have the yellow.
Yeah, exactly. Did we miss any kind of question related to this? Why do you have spare feet?
Why do you have spare feet?
Well, you don't know. There's definitely, I mean, there's some people that will drop the keyboard, or they have the feet flipped out and something really heavy drops on the keyboard and the feet just breaks, whatever it might be. So then we just send replacement feet. So
Yeah.
Bexon says, I've ordered, but only problem, shipping fees €13. I do not want to pay that much for it. But you,
For the feet, the shipping fee won't be €13.
no. Look,
No.
you can this is, we don't say this on the website anywhere, but this is kind of the rule. If you own a Wooting keyboard and you contact us because you need a replacement item, or you need some kind of, a switch, a keycap, feet, even the cable,
Yeah.
we ship that for free the first time. And you don't pay anything for the replacement item. If you bought the keyboard, well, basically, if you have a Wooting keyboard, there's no, yeah. So if you have a Wooting keyboard, you break something, you're missing something, whatever it might be, you can just send us an email. The first replacement item and shipping fees are for free. For free!
All bags of like collections of stuff, coolers, switch feet, or I think I have the feet in here too.
Yeah.
Oh, here. So these, this one. Yeah. Oh, does it show? Yeah. Here. So these are just salvage from like our make keyboards, return keyboards. And what we're trying to kind of work towards is to have this sort of collection of spare parts to just be able to replace anything very easy, and also be able to, ideally, to also have like some sort of give things a second life kind of idea in the future.
Yeah.
But that's something we're working towards. Definitely like try to reuse as much as we can.
Okay, so let's see. So is there anything more we can say
You
about
ship me your shirt for free. The shipping fee. The shipping fee was just about the replacement part, not about products.
So anything else we can say about Lekker Edition when it comes to shipping times? Like, I mean, what we can definitely do right now is give you a impression how you should tune your expectations. You're not going to receive your Lekker Edition keyboard within this month or next month, okay? Or even the month after that? I don't think so. No, receive, no. But every month, there will be progress. There will be steps forward, and every month we get closer to mass producing the keyboard. And that's how you should tune your expectations. On a monthly basis, the next month there will be another step made forward, and we get another step closer to mass production. And then when the time comes, and it ships. Obviously, for us, there's a very extremely good reason why we want to start the production of this keyboard. Because you could basically say right now that our intention is to not only make a Lekker Edition keyboard with Hall effect switches, our intention is to make a lot more keyboards with Hall effect switches, because it's very cool technology, it works really well, and we want to start working more with it. But as long as we don't deliver on the Lekker Edition keyboard, we are restricted in making more keyboards with Hall effect switches, because we have to deliver on the initial project, we have to deliver on our promise. So I think that's the way you should see it. At the same time, I do have to say, is as soon as that ticker hits 0, I'm going to pee my pants, because that also means nobody's able to buy a keyboard anymore in the meanwhile. And obviously there's going to be a follow-up, but we want to, we have a lot of integrity in the projects that we do. We have a lot of respect for the people that are supporting the Lekker Edition. So we don't want to announce or share this new keyboard which I can tell you right now. I mean, the follow-up is obviously going to be that there's going to be a black version of the Wooting 2. I think that's kind of a no-brainer. But we don't want to do that until we're close to a production or a certain date that we can deliver Lekker edition. I think that's something we can definitely share right now, and that you can kind of tune your expectations to, because I would be lying if I am not waiting and really want to release a black version of the Wooting 2 so we can continue our monthly sales. That's the honest truth. Okay.
Yeah, but then I mean the key thing is just the Lekker. No matter what, the Lekker edition is our first keyboard with the Hall effect switches. That's always the goal, because that's what people sign up for. To have like the chance to have something unique we create, and to sort of celebrate in a way, like celebrate and I mean not just celebrate, also support us developing this switch in general. And yeah, I think also because okay, now I'm gonna go too deep into other projects. Yeah.
You're already noticing.
Any updates on the NA shipping situation? Yeah, we keep the updates to email, because we were thinking about like touching that topic on stream, but it's very if you're waiting for the keyboard, then you have like seen a lot of colors communication. We can talk a long time about it, so we decided not to focus too much on it. So I think we'll just keep it to the current way of communicating that we do. But in general, we're very pissed off about the whole situation.
You're not going to let me do my... I can't grind my gears here? Are you telling me I can't grind my gears? I'm not allowed to grind my gears.
Only in the wood up round corner.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. We talked about this before the live stream, that we can definitely touch the topic slightly, but if we go too deep, I'm going to start grinding, and it kind of makes this stream non-related.
I saw this really cool question from Everett School. He says, does the Netherlands have tax breaks for repair and replacements like Sweden? I'm not sure, but it sounds
really?
like that will be pretty sick. And of course, when we send, we send them as low value, yeah. But usually, we try to like focus as much within the EU. But then, there's no like custom stuff. But then the tax break, I'm going to write that down. That's very interesting, because I would love to, because I have this. We have like a few boxes of keyboards that are like returns built up over the years, and I would love to be able to do something with that, because they're perfectly fine keyboards, but they're not new. I'm not sure if that will also fall under that same umbrella with repairs and replacements, but it will be very nice to be able to set up something so we can either have like very nice repairs or spare parts, repairs, replacements, and also, let's say, giving keyboards a second life. That's
I
don't think we ever said that we have the first Hall effect switch keyboards. It's our first Hall effect switch keyboards. And we'll run 22 test the Lekker edition. Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Karayasaran Thomas.
Thomas. Yeah, I talked with Thomas and he told me that he's very nice.
Yeah. He's really cool guy also, and but he doesn't want to test prototypes or something. He wants a finished product.
Really?
So that's his. He said he's done it before, but he's decided that he just wants to do only finished products, no prototypes or samples, something like that. Or it needs to represent the final product. That's the main point. It needs to represent the final product.
Because it will be hard to like kind of like make a good judgment about a product if you just have a sample.
Exactly.
Because everything that you say about the keyboard, then the guys can just be, and then the company or the keyboard makers can just be, oh, but it's a sample.
Yeah, what's even worse,
God.
it kind of forces the reviewer to say, but this is a sample, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna, remove that in the final version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I never thought about it that way, but I can definitely imagine that is a great point.
I want.
I think there was I saw before there was also another question about like having unique numbers or names for the Lekker keyword, and we'll definitely do something. Just not
Yeah.
sure what yet.
Here, I have this one. Is an
think we
interesting.
kind of
This is also a question related to that. Oh, not related, but to Lekker edition, I guess. Do you think that there's an optimal analog range? Larger analog ranges makes the tech more accessible for casuals, but do you think it is also the most useful for a well-trained hardcore user? So it's a little bit of a weird question, I guess, because if you look at the Flairtech keyboard, it's not that we're choosing to have a short analog range or that that's something we opted for. And it's definitely not a way that we would separate, like saying, hey, shorter analog range is better, is only something for hardcore users. Unless I'm totally misunderstanding the question. But in general, the larger the analog range is, the more control you have over it, no matter if you're a casual or a hardcore user.
Hey, bye-bye, yes.
See you across.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think the higher is better.
Yeah. So the goal is that regardless who you are, the most optimal range is the full analog, the full range of the switch motion. That is the most optimal analog range.
Yeah. I think we've already been doing this for 2 hours or so, right?
Yeah. We need to start rounding it up. 15 minutes. I have my meeting,
I need to start cooking. I need to start cooking dinner.
Yeah. I have my meeting in 15 minutes, so okay. I think I have to drop all the other questions. Maybe for TJC, this one, so you can buy a keyboard. Was there a difference between Korean version and Wooting 1 other than the keycaps? There is no difference. Only the keycaps. And even with the Korean version, you get 4 extra black switches, so it's a better deal in that way. And then the final thing is for everybody waiting for the keyword to be shipped in the US or in Canada. I have no estimates that I can rely on 100% right now. I can tell you is that as far as it goes for my previous email, not my last email, but the one before when I said I sent manual orders, that is still true. And at any point, I can get a reply from RubyHas, which will tell me, hey, manual orders, X, Y, Z, whatever it might be, fix it, and they'll start shipping it. When it comes to anything else, including wrist rest or Korean keyboard, that will have to wait a bit longer. I've seen the stock coming in more and more now. I should be able to ship Korean keyboards and some wrist rests with keyboards or wrist rests only, but I can't do that until the first manual order that I sent them ships, because otherwise I don't even know if I can ship anything. And then when it comes to my plan that I proposed in my last email, that is in the works. And the meeting I'm having in 15 minutes is with the new fulfillment center.
Oh, you're gonna have a meeting now?
Yeah, it's in the US. So.
Isn't it like? Oh shit!
Yeah.
All right. That's a nice 11:30 at night meeting. That's very cool.
It's a great time. It's really amazing. Yeah. Having a lot of fun with this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we should definitely cut it off then, because you have some time to chill before. Before we go. All right. Okay. This was it was a pretty good stream.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I also had a lot of fun.
We had like a very active chat.
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah. So then
just some technical hiccups along the way, but
a quick one for Bexon. Will I receive my Lekker edition during the holidays? That would be ideal. Yeah. That's what I can say. That would be ideal. Would be great if that can happen. Right now I can't say it doesn't happen. I can't say it will happen. Monthly basis. Focus monthly.
Jenny on the stream next time.
Yeah.
We had quite a lot of viewers this stream. I think there are a few points that we had, like consistently definitely 70 plus and like hovering around the 80 point. I guess it's also because the Lekker edition is reaching its end, so we notice we have a lot of traffic in general. So that's good. The Wooting Korean edition is a very fun keyboard. Definitely worth it.
Yeah, if I would be buying a new Wooting one, I would buy the Korean layout.
Yeah. Summer holidays or winter holidays. When summer and winter collides.
Oh my god, I just have to answer this one from Victorian, which I assumed asked about velocity. Key velocity is a development that will take a bit longer, but we're planning to introduce it with the whole effect switch keyboard, so the Lekker edition, but not on launch. Not on launch. It needs to be tested, and it's going to take time. It's definitely going to take time because a couple of things are going to happen first before we can get to velocity. But it's definitely part of the thought process and roadmap. Yeah. Okay. Everybody happy Corona days. Have fun at home.
Yeah, fuck you with your Taiwan where you can just still go outside and everything is open. Yeah.
Yeah. There's like, I don't notice anything. You know, it's just super
It's
regular.
like, Taiwan is like another day of 0 cases. That's great. Yeah, and
still working in a coffee shop every day, and
going to the coffee shop. And I'm sitting here inside, looking out my window, and hoping that one day I'm allowed to go back out again. And I actually prepared it back exactly this situation because this is how I feel.
Man. I'm so sorry. You're in jail. Yeah, that's right.
Keep your safe to stay in jail.
Okay. So the whole stream will be on YouTube with timestamps, with only 3 timestamps. Unless Daryl really wants to go through it and stamp the shit out of everything, which I'm doubting. I don't recommend. But you can see everything back on YouTube, and then we'll have another live stream again in 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks on Friday we live stream, and maybe in the future we're going to live stream a couple times more with different topics, but we'll see. So 2 weeks from now on Friday we'll be back, and then see you in the next live stream.
Bye.
Bye.